Today we're going to look at the most dangerous 3-4 creatures in Magic the Gathering. Power 3, Toughness 4. I'm going to start off with Audric, Master Tactician. This is a white 2 generic 3-4 human soldier with first strike. But whenever Audric, a Master Tactician, the Master of Tacticians, and at least 3 other creatures attack, you choose which creatures block this combat and how those creatures block. So effectively, you can also choose your opponent not to block at all. So if you have enough creatures in play, they're all unblockable. You know, they say math is for blockers. Well, actually, math is not for blockers. They're not even going to get the choice. You can also force your opponents to chump block in the absolute worst way. Or you could okay, I got an 8 power creature here. I'm going to put like 7 power worth of creatures in front of it. My creature lives. All your stuff absolutely dies. Very, very sad story for all those defenders. Anyway, so we're going to move on with Jess with the Sovereign Okanek Ahau. I'm sorry, Sovereign. I don't know how to pronounce your name. You're a 4-mana cat noble. You got Ward 2. That is a banger ability. I find these days Ward 1 actually just sucks. But Ward 2 is amazing. That's enough. Basically, Ward 1 doesn't do squat. Whenever Sovereign Okanek attacks, for each creature you control with power greater than that creature's base power, put a number of +1/+1 counters on that creature equal to the difference. Buff up your creatures big time. All right, moving on. We got an hour early. What do you mean an hour? It's like many hours early. This is not the normal time. We're at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, but I got a flight to catch later today, so we're gonna go back to the morning. We're going back to the morning whenever there's a conflict. All right, Emperor, hooray for being able to catch this one. Not at work, because yeah, that's 11. Toads with Brimaz. More cats. Since when are cats like 3/4s? I guess if you're like a tiger or a lion. I guess you're pretty strong. The 3-mana 3/4 cat soldier with vigilance. So you get to attack and defend at the same time. Whenever Brimaz attacks, you put a 1/1 white cat soldier creature token with vigilance onto the battlefield attacking. And whenever Brimaz blocks a creature, put a 1/1 white cat soldier creature token with vigilance onto the battlefield, blocking that creature. I think the blocking part is insane. The attacking part, not a big deal. You basically put a 1/1 creature on the battlefield and it just dies. I mean, I'm sorry. Sorry, 1/1. You're just fodder. But on blocking duty, it's insane. It's basically Brimaz is effectively like a 4/5 when on defense. Love it. Okay, we got Meme Bruley. Thank you very much for your super chat. Celestine. Is it pronounced like that? Celestine, the Living Saint, afternoon from the UK. Welcome, Meme Bruley. It's a 5-mana human warrior with flying and lifelink. Now it's got healing tears. So what? Like when you cry, you actually rejuvenate someone. Drink the tears of. Oh, I thought it's an angel. It's just a human warrior. Okay, the image contradicts the creature type. Healing Tears. At the beginning of your end step, return target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. Excellent. So you gain life. If you gain enough life, you get to put a creature back onto the battlefield. Hunter Strong. Another Brimaz. Are all the Brimazes Brimaz Blight of Oreskos? They're all 3/4s, huh? Oh, we went to the dark side. All right, we have a 4-mana Phyrexian Cat. Whenever you cast a Phyrexian creature or artifact creature spell, Incubate X, where X is that spell's mana value. So I play Phyrexian creature or artifact, I get to Incubate X. We get more creatures. And at the beginning of each end step, if a Phyrexian died under your control this turn, you proliferate. Everything gets bigger. Just send out that stupid. Is it create an incubator token? Oh damn, the tokens are not Phyrexian. Not yet, at least. Not yet. Dinglebag, Archangel of Thune. Archangel of Thune. Oh yeah, the 5 mana 3/4 angel, flying lifelink. When you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Now that combos with the spike feeder, whereas if you remove a counter, you gain 2 life, which triggers the Archangel of Thune, which gets the counter, and basically you get infinite life. An infinite counter is going on top of the spike feeder, although you have to feed the Archangel of Thune the damn thing. You know what? Even without spike feeder, this card is great. It's a 3/4 flying life linker that can still buff up the entire board just by itself. You swing in, you swing in once, you get that life, and everyone gets upgraded. It's a fantastic card. Okay, next super chat we got from Steve Cooper. Thank you very much. We got Judith. Judith Carnage Carnosaur. Oh, you want to donate to the life-linking Star of Carnosaur / Death Touch life-linking Star of Extinction. Zybers. I don't understand what that means. Okay, Judith, Carnage Carnosaur. We have a 5 mana 3/4 human shaman. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell. Oh, you wanted to use the Star of Extinction with this? The Star of Extinction? What does that deal? 20 damage and everything? That spell gains Death Touch and Lifelink, which means you're going to gain a ton of life off the Star of Extinction. And also create a 2/2 red imp creature token with, when this creature dies, it deals 2 damage to each opponent, which is going to die. Well, I guess you're just not going to choose that mode when you use the Star of Extinction. Okay. Islarf, you're getting a donation from Steve Cooper. Okay, Rankle and Torbrand. This is a fairy dwarf for 5 mana. It's got flying, first strike, and haste, very Rankle-like. Now, whenever Rankle and Torbrand deals combat damage to a player or battle, choose any number. Any number! Each player creates a treasure token. Each player sacrifices a creature. And if a source would deal damage to a player or planeswalk, or sorry, player or battle this turn, it deals that much damage +2. Oh, that's very Torbrand-like. Basically, like, Rankle, Torbrand, bring them together. This thing is created. Okay, next up, we've got Larry Law's Bedlam Reveler. How do you guys like the new slow mode? 1 comment per minute. You guys are much slower now. Bedlam Reveler. Now it's 8 mana, but it's not really 8 mana. It costs 1 less to cast for each instant and sorcery in your graveyard. All right, so just get 6 of them there, and it costs 2. You know, it's like the Murktide Regent of Red. It's got prowess, and when it enters the battlefield, discard your hand and then draw 3 cards. It's an absolute banger card. It's the Ancestral Recall to red, too. Anti-Christopher B tech with the slow chat. Keeping Christopher B in check. Christopher B just gonna have to be more careful with which cards are recommended. That's all. Okay, next super chat. Oh, no, I think, yeah, those were the 2 donations. All right, next super chat we've got from Emperor. Thank you very much, Emperor. With Davros, Dalek Creator. Oh, this thing. Yeah, the 4 mana alien scientist with Menace. At the beginning of your end step, you create a 3/3 black Dalek artifact creature token with Menace if an opponent lost 3 or more life this turn. Then each opponent who lost 3 or more life this turn faces a villainous choice. Now that choice is you may draw a card or that player discards a card. The fact that you make a Dalek every single turn, I think, is amazing. Any creature that creates more creatures incrementally, like compound interest, not coma interest. That's like, coma is like 400% interest. This is just a measly 100% interest every turn. I think is quite good. Okay, next up, let's take a look at Apocalypse with Samet Voice. We have many Samet Voice of Dissent. By the way, I love everybody's comments. I love everyone's comments. But the show is so popular in chat, we gotta slow it down a little bit. Okay, Samet Voice of Dissent. We have 5 mana for a 3/4 human warrior with flash. We got double strike. So strike 1, strike 2. Vigilance and haste. Other creatures you control have haste, not to be underestimated. The mana dorks, they immediately tap for mana. The big creatures, they immediately stomp. They be stomping around here. And for a white tap, untap another target creature. But why? It's great. It's a great ability. Don't get me wrong. I think this is a banger card. I didn't know that was a very Samet thing to do. Toilet Duck, Sierra. Nuka's biggest fan. Oh, big fan of Coca-Cola. I was a big fan of Coca-Cola when I was a kid. Still am. Actually, to be honest, I drank the no-name brands when I was a kid. These days, now I can buy whatever I want. I prefer to buy the real deal, the real Coca-Cola. Now we have a white 3 generic human citizen. The Nuka-Cola challenge. Can you tell the difference between the Nuka-Cola and all these no-name brands? If you do, you get a free Nuka-Cola. No, I'm just kidding. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, put a quest counter on Sierra and create a food token. Whenever you sacrifice a food, target creature you control gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of quest counters on Sierra. You know, drink them colas. What does this have to do with Nuka-Cola? So we sacrifice the food. Someone gets bigger. Is this related to how many bottle caps we're collecting or something? I don't get it. Maybe. Okay, next super chat we've got from Meme Bruley, another one, Eater of the Dead. Eater of the Dead. We got more 3/4 creatures. This is an oldie. It's a 5 mana horror. Untap Eater of the Dead. Remove target creature card in a graveyard from the game. Ooh. There's combo potential with this, right? So we have an untap ability, so you can tap it for something to get some ability. Then you just have to make sure there's a creature card in a graveyard. You get to untap, you get a lot of synergy over there. I like it. We did Bedlam Reveler Legend. We did that one. Beanpot, Feather the Redeemed. Well, this feather not tickling anybody. All right, we got, looks like we're out for slashing. It's a 3 mana, that is cheap for a 3/4 creature. 3 mana for an angel with flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature you control, exile that card instead of putting it into your graveyard as it resolves. What? Oh, exile the instant or sorcery. If you do, return it to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. Oh, I see. That's insane! That is absolutely bonkers. So it's like an infinite Snapcaster Mage? I just cast instants and sorceries, and I get to keep them. That's value. I'm reading that right? You cast an instant or sorcery that... Oh, but it has to target a creature you control. I see. So it can't be like lightning bolt. Unless you want to really bolt your creature for no reason. Let it feel the flame. Get a little warm out there. I don't know about the rest of you, but it just started snowing in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I feel like winter just started all over again. It's brutal. Turiat with Kalidas. That was a banger. It still is not such a bad card either. Okay, we got the 4 mana Vampire Warrior with lifelink. Now, if a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, instead exile the card, so it's like, it's graveyard hate, and put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield. So you get a creature as well. And for 3 mana, you can sack another vampire or zombie and put 2 counters on your Kalidas, which will gain you more life, which will hopefully kill more creatures your opponents control when they block. Feather the Redeemed deck equals infinite cantrip. Oh yeah, you can like, there's a lot of those cards where target a creature and then you like draw a card off of it. That's a lot of value. True story. Okay, we got Star with the Endurance. You know what's funny? Now that I think about it, this card has nothing to do with the name. What does Endurance have to do? Okay, we have a 3 mana, 3/4 Elemental Incarnation, Flash Reach. When Endurance enters the battlefield, up to 1 target player puts all cards from their graveyard on the bottom of their library in a random order. Also, you can evoke a green card in order to get this thing in play. The card is bonkers. It's one of the best graveyard hate cards right now in the game. It's 3 mana, so it's like, it's not even hard to cast. Like, turn 1 Mana Dork. Turn 2 Endurance. I got it. Done. 3/4 reach. So I'm sorry, Flyers. You thought you were unblockable? Well, surprise! Endurance is in town. And it can endure anything, especially from the air. You would think that, though, a card with haste, taps and untaps a million times would be called endurance. This has nothing to do with endurance. Unless there's another meaning to endurance that I don't know. You endure those mill decks. Oh yeah, you can target yourself. So up to one target player puts all cards from their graveyard on the bottom of their library in a random order. So they mill you, they mill you, they mill you, they mill you, they mill you. You have no cards left. Well, I got a surprise. Endurance. Endurance enters the battlefield and then returns all cards in my graveyard back to my deck. You gotta do it all over again. Good luck, buddy. Emperor with, wow, looking through my deck, so many of my commanders are 3/4s. Like Marin, you get one. Marin of Clan Neltoth. And then shout out to anyone who wants to look at those rest of those. Okay, the 4-mana 3/4 human shaman. Whenever another creature you control dies, you get an experience counter. Because as we know, murdering people gives you more experience to murder future people. Now, at the beginning of your upkeep, choose target creature card in your graveyard. If that card's mana value is less than or equal to the number of experience counters you have, return it to the battlefield. Otherwise, put it into your hand. And as you get more experience murdering people, apparently you can bring back people from the dead. That's just how it goes around here. RPG logic, yes. I mean, honestly, if you've killed 10 people, you probably have enough experience. Like, they haven't even caught you. I mean, it's true. If you're a noob, they would have got you after like 2 or 3. Okay, we've got Caused Eel with Nashi. The Moon's Legacy. My favorite rat. Mainly for the colors. Oh, you mean the color? Oh, you mean either the colors of black or the color of the art? It's actually very sick art. It's a 3-mana. It's a 3/2. Disqualified. Is there another one? Or do you mean another Nashi? Oh, Moon's Legacy. Sorry, this is good. This Nashi. Oh, this one has good colors too. Oh, I see. You want to play the. You want to play a Sultai Commander. Not many of those out there. Okay, Sultai 3/4 Rat Shaman. Menace, Ward 1. Is it Ward 1? It's not really that good, in my opinion. Okay, well, it just tickles the removal spells. That's all. It just tickles them a little bit. When Nashi Moon's Legacy attacks, exile up to one target legendary or rat card from your graveyard and copy it. You may cast the copy. All right. We make more legends. The legends will be back. As the legends said, they would return, and they returned. And the rats never go away, really. They'll either breed or reanimate themselves. At least in Magic the Gathering land. Pacers fan forever. How about a classic Restoration Angel? Still good even to this day. I'm not going to take any backlash. Let's see the OG Restoration Angel. Let's get some angel sound effects in the house, shall we? The 4-mana Angel with Flash and Flying. When Restoration Angel enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-angel creature you control. Then return that card to the battlefield under your control. An absolute fantastic card. So combos with anything that can blink the Restoration Angel, like Kiki Jiki, for example. Does it work with... I think it works with Felidar Guardian, because they blink off of each other. Boop, 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 boop. And although I don't know if it goes anywhere. No, it just it blink. Infinite blinking, but infinite not going squat. But anyway, Restoration Angel is there to save your creatures. Your creature's in trouble? Well, all you have to do is call 1-800-Restoration Angel. Actually, it'd be more 1-800-Resto-AN. And Restoration Angel will be there in 10 minutes flat to save you. Or your money back. Kagan, thank you very much for your super chat. We got Root Path Purifier. Seems to be danger. You serious? 4-mana 3/4 Elf Druid. Lands you control and land cards in your library are basic. How do you abuse this? Like, okay, I will admit that is a very unique effect. What you do with it, I have no damn clue. Are there cards that are like, you can search, exile all, hold on, lands you control and land cards in your great library are basic? Are there any cards out there that let you exile all your basic lands? So I don't know, you put this in play, you exile all your basic lands, and you just draw gas for the rest of the game? Something to that effect? Be warned! They can still Armageddon! They can still Armageddon you! Or I guess the idea is you can fetch Dark Depths. Oh, you can fetch Dark Depths, that's right. You can fetch anything. You fetch Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale. Go fetch a Dust Bowl, start blowing up other people's lands. Anti-Blood Moon, does that work too? Lands you control and land cards in your library are basic. Oh, I guess that works too. That's a cool card. Oh, that's really cool. The way they're just breaking these games with the layers. Use it with Back to Basics or your own Blood Moon. Blood Moon, Root Path Purifier. This screws you, it does not screw me. The Purifier keeps my lands pure. At least with the what's it called? The image of it being pure. Spell Stutter. Hey Nikachu, how about Talion? The Kindly Lord. They had to that sounds like something in the flavor text. This is a kindly lord, bringing bacon for everyone. Okay, we have legendary creature, Fairy Noble. It's a 3/4 flyer. As Talion, the kindly lord, enters the battlefield, choose a number between 1 and 10. I choose 7. I bet that's the most common number people choose anyway. Whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana value, power, or toughness equal to the chosen number, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card. When it enters the battlefield, choose a number. That's so weird. Why would you choose anything outside of like 1 to 3? I guess just to choose people's commanders. Your commander's at a 7. You're at a 7. You're at a 7. I choose 7. That player and okay. So every single time you cast, I guess what it is, you cast your commander. I'm cashing in. Yes. By the way, yes. You can come over here and play in the battle, but to enter the arena, there is an entry fee. You're gonna have to pay 2 life, and you have to pass over the Skrilla. Golem says, I rate this 3 out of 4. Okay, next super chat we've got from John. Thank you so much for your super chat. Zerillion is kill on sight. Is it now? Okay, it's a 5 mana legend. Pay 3, tap, search your library for a dragon card. And put it into play as though it were just played. Shuffle your library afterwards. That creature is unaffected by summoning sickness. Remove the creature from the game at end of turn. So I think there's like some combo with like you use this to get another dragon, which will get another dragon. I'm not familiar with what the dragon combo is. You dragon players, you love tutoring out your dragons. The dragon players, they don't really hardcast their dragons. They just cheat them in play. And that's just how it is around here. Amazing Crack Monkey, going back to the basics with Street Wraith. It's a 5 mana, but not many people cast it. Although they should. They should. Now, its best ability is to cycle it for 2 life. So you basically pay 2 life, and you get a new card. But hey, it's got a secret ability. It's a creature. It literally is a creature. It's a 3/4 creature with Swamp Walk. You got 5 mana laying around, just put it in play. Sometimes it's true name Nemesis. Your opponent has a swamp, they can't do squat about this thing. You can use Sundial to keep your dragons. Oh, that's right. What, end the turn? That's true. That's some tech over there. And also, Emperor has some comments to say about Zerillion. Because it's mana value, power, toughness with that number. So in this show, choosing 4 makes Talion trigger every time. Ooh. Nice stuff. Okay, next up, Spellstutter says, I've been killed by Street Wraith by Death Shadow deck. I have as well. They're like, I was like, please top deck nothing. You know what's funny? When my opponents like cycle these cards, when they have like 6 mana in play, I'm like, do you not realize you have a creature? Like, what are you drawing to? You could just play the Street Wraith. It's winning. I got a 2/2 in play. This outclasses that. It's really good. They're getting greedy. They're getting greedy. They don't realize that there is a hidden mode to this card. It's literally a creature that they can cast. Pacers fan forever. Teferi Mage of Zalif. Oh, I love this one. Teferi. This is my favorite Teferi. Big time. Of all the Teferis that exist, this is my #1. It's a 5-mana 3/4. I actually played this in my some of my commander decks. It's a human wizard with flash. Creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield now have flash. And also, each opponent can cast spells only anytime they could cast a sorcery. So it's like the 3-mana Teferi Planeswalker, but it gives your creatures flash. So if you're playing like a wizard-like deck, I love this card. And it's not too expensive. It's affordable between like a Soul Ring or something. You can easily play this by turn 4, end of turn, and then it just slows everybody down. Your counter spells are unbeatable, and everyone has to react to you. I'm actually a huge fan of this Teferi. The only honest Teferi, and he's still not that honest. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Temmie. Not that honest. Teferi's honestly unhonest. The most honestly unhonest planeswalker. How can you trust someone who travels through time? Time traveling fellow. We got Chen. Chen Bang with Hero of... what's it called? Bladehold. Hero of Bladehold is a 4-mana 3/4 human knight with Battle Cry. When Hero of Bladehold attacks, create 2 1/1 tap soldier creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. So if you don't have a board, you will soon. With one attack, this is Hero of Bladehold brings all the boys to the yard. All 2 of them at a time, at least. Earthusa with Serendib Afrit, one of the earliest 3/4s. To be honest, not particularly that strong anymore. We've got a 3-mana 3/4. At the beginning of your upkeep, it deals 1 damage to you. It has flying. This card is so horribly outclassed at this point. I mean, it's still okay. Like, they don't have that many, like, 3-mana flyers. I shouldn't say that. Like, Murktide is basically a 2-mana flyer that's usually like a 6/6 or 7/7. But anyway. It's an okay card. It was a limited bomb. Back in the day, you drafted as many Serendib Afrits as you could, and you were happy about it. These days, I think you'd still be okay about it, but on the danger scale, very low on the danger scale as far as I'm concerned. King Ginger with the Elms Collector. Elms Collector is a 4-mana cat cleric with flash, and if an opponent would draw 2 or more cards, instead you and that player each draw 1 card. You don't be drawing don't be drawing too many cards around here, or actually you can draw as many cards as you want. So hold on, does it trigger only once or perpetually? If an opponent would draw 2 or more, oh yeah, okay, or more. You go to 3 cards, you go to 4 cards, that's fine with me. I'm gonna get more cards out of this. Oh, is it like at once? Or can I count? Like, oh, you drew 1 card off this effect. You draw a 2nd card off of another effect. Does that work out? Opponent would draw 2 or more cards. Instead, you and that player each draw a card. Okay. I don't know if I fully understand this card. You just draw your cards 1 at a time? Oh, I see. Okay. Good enough. Good enough for me. Face Fan Forever has got it right. It's time for our ads, starting with FusionGamingOnline.com. My favorite place to buy Magic the Gathering cards. Oh, and if you didn't know, Outlaws of Thunder Junction is out. Much to my dismay, because I'm going to be playing a Modern and Legacy Open this weekend, and I hate it when I travel to a big event, spend a lot of money, and the metagame just it shakes up right overnight. I'm not going to be prepared at all, but you know what? That's how Magic the Gathering is sometimes. And you can be prepared, but you can be prepared getting the hottest tech from Outlaws of Thunder Junction, especially when you're buying from FusionGamingOnline.com. Deal of the week this week, save 15% off all the list singles to upgrade your Commander decks, your Pauper decks, your Modern decks, and more. The list, all 15% off. And don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout if you can, if it's available. Get an extra 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online, and the best way to know if any of those new Thunder Junction cards actually work. You want to brew with the new cards? The best way to do it is by renting the cards, not buying them. Because if they suck, the cards are going to crash in value, and you're going to go with it. And you can rent and support the channel using my manager's link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_FL0. And now it's kind of back to Danger 3-4 creatures around here. You can be the newest trickster in the format change. Yeah, it could be. Alright, next up. Okay, who do we have? I don't know. Did Jess get a card? Satyr. Sorry, Sereth? The Viper's Fang. This is a 4-mana human warlock. Looks like a human snake to me. Looks like a descendant of Vraska or something. Other tapped creatures you control have Death Touch. Oh, that's pretty neat. Other untapped creatures you control have Hexproof. And pay 1 tap, untap another target creature or land you control. You get a little tricksy here. All right, you thought that I had, you thought that creature was tapped, so you can kill it? No, I'm sorry. In fact, I can untap it, and now it has Hexproof. And then your opponent will be like,
no, God, please, no!
You wasted your removal spell. Got him. And that's when they go like, oh, I didn't see your Sereth. I'm going to take that back. Anyone pro, like, in Commander, I'm all pro takes these backsies, to be honest. You can take as much stuff as you want back. I really don't care. Honestly, Commander, like, the board is, like, really overwhelming. There's, you know, you're talking to your friends, you're eating chips. There's a lot of stuff you're not paying attention to. So, yeah, if you didn't see I had an untapped Sereth, whatever. It doesn't cost me anything, just untap my land and untap my Sereth. Alright, Emperor, what do you got for us? And my last 3-4 creature and favorite card in his deck, Gorion, the Wise Mentor. Oh, and Lear. Hold on, Lear, the Disciple of the Drowned. It's an adventure deck, but they don't have partner. Okay, Gorion Wise Mentor is a Bant human wizard with vigilance. Whenever you cast an adventure spell, you may copy it. So you can get to go on 2 adventures. Buy 1 airplane ticket, get another one free. That's something you would never hear the airlines say to you these days. They are trying to gouge you for as much money as possible. And it doesn't it doesn't help that there's not enough airplanes on the in the world to meet demand. Okay, you may choose new targets for the copy. And then you also had Lear. So Lear, Disciple of the Drowned. This is a 5-mana human wizard. Spells can't be countered, so you're not going to be countering my adventure spells. And each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard has flashback. Does that really work with the adventure spells? The flashback cost is equal to that card's mana cost. I don't think that works with those spells. We did Street Wraith already. Casual Commander should always have takesies, backsies. Now, Whale of Darkness is speaking my language. Svelune of Sea and Sky. I'm gonna look at my Svelune. Where's my Svelune? I like the full art one by a lot. This is a 3-mana Merfolk God. Apparently not a really good God of the Sky though. Doesn't have flying, doesn't have reach. But I'll tell you what it does have. Svelune has indestructible as long as you control 2 or more 2 other merfolk. And whenever Svelune attacks, you get to draw a card. That's cash money right there. And other merfolk you control have ward 1. So if you have trouble killing off my merfolk, you're going to have trouble killing off Svelune. Love this card. I used to love it more when Bowmasters didn't exist, though, to be honest. I used to love it more. What a world we live in here. Kagan! With the Senator Peacock from the Clue stuff. Senator Peacock. Is it literally a bird? No, it's not. Is this a real legal card? It's legal in Commander. Alright, we have a 5-mana human advisor. Like the font, actually. I can get behind this font. It is artifacts you control are clues. In addition to their other types and have pay 2, sack this artifact, draw a card. I love that! Do you know how many times I have this, you know, there's so many times that this mana crypt is about to kill me. And I'm like, God, how can I get rid of this thing? Someone please save me. My luck is not any good this night. You know, I have nights where I never take damage from Mana Crypt, and I have nights where I take all the damage from Mana Crypt. I'm like, oh my god, I am going to commit seppuku over here, over this damn thing. And I don't even have a deck that can, like, combo off and win on turn 3 or 4. So, whenever you sacrifice a clue, target creature can't block this turn. Oh, that's also value. Combos with Tamio's Journal, that's good to know as well. Her hair is the sky god. Look how it's going up. Oh, you mean Svelun? I don't think. Yeah, but it has no strategic advantage. I wish her hair was like a net, and it had reach to stop the damn birds, but it doesn't. Endurance can have reach. A sky god can't have reach. You telling me with all the words that we have on Magic cards these days, you can't squeeze in reach over here? Look at all that space at the top and bottom. I want an errata on my Svelun, damn it. Okay, next up. From the freebie section, we have Maddie with Seasoned Dungeoneer. Oh, God. Just because initiative is so broken in 1 versus 1. Yeah, it is. Okay, it's a human warrior. Enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. That is just ridiculous. Whenever you attack, target attacking cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard gains protection from creatures until end of turn. Oh, by the way, this card itself is a warrior, so it can give itself protection from creatures. You cannot block me. I will perpetually gain the initiative every single time. It's like there's no way to stop the. You have to kill this thing, which I mean, it's not impossible, but to basically kill this and attack to steal the initiative back. Yeah, I get it. In Commander, this is like nothing, but in one-on-one, it was just absolutely broken. Still is broken. Still sees vintage play. Ghostier with the Sovereign Okonek Ahu Crazy Anthem Booster. I believe we did that one already. I'm very sorry about that. I wouldn't say you got sniped, but we have done that one. So we are donating this super chat to the crowd. We give to... I don't know if, oh, Christopher. Look, Christopher B is in the house. How you like the new rules, Christopher B? Zerolen of the Claw. Chat actually is under... Oh, no, we did that. We did that one, Christopher B. You're late. You probably didn't know that we were doing it this early today. Sorry about that. Okay, we did this one. Old boy with Thrakus. Thrakus the Butcher. This is a 5-mana dragon peasant with trample. Whenever Thrakus the Butcher attacks, double the power of each dragon you control until end of turn. Oh, this is a dragon card. This is a peasant? This is a dragon? Is it a dragon with no wings? Did they cut their own wings off? Is like this is their wing or something? This looks like a wingless dragon. Which, you know what a wingless dragon is? Alligator. In my opinion. Progenitus doesn't have reach, and I think it should. Yeah. You know, flavor-wise, a lot of things should probably have reach. If the head is in the damn clouds, it should have reach. D&D has dragon people. They should be called alligator people. Or maybe it's like a penguin. They got, like, sort of wings. They have flappers, but it's useless. It's not like it's gonna take them anywhere. They should have a small wing. Small wings just to represent their ancestors. Okay, next up, let's give to... Imagine being a legendary creature with the yeah, you are a legendary peasant. Hey, that's like the village hobo, you know, but everyone knows them. They have a name. They might even have a nickname. Or the, you know, the buskers out there, you know, it's a I'm just saying, like, you know, the peasants, they can be legendary. They're not just some random peasant. This is like the peasant. This is a butcher. How are you a peasant and a butcher at the same time? I think that's a pretty noble job. That's not nothing. I mean, you're not an ironsmith. Can you be a peasant ironsmith? Is like, or does peasant just refer to like someone who's not royalty, not part of the nobility? Ha! You're not royalty. You have no royal blood. You are a peasant. Out here. Stay outside the castle doors. Okay, next up, let's take a look at Terraptors Linvala, the Keeper of Silence. Quiet, you. Effectively, okay, let's read the card. It's a 4-mana flyer. Activated abilities of creatures your opponents control can't be activated. This angel is just basically saying, shut up. No talking. No talking in the library. No talking in your library. No talking in my library. This is study time. Nope, zip it. Nothing. Nada. This is the card that should have been like, shh. No talking around here. Those who seek to disturb the harmony of life will see their instructions taken from them. Emperor says, to answer your question, Lear works with adventures because you attempt to put the spell on the stack, choose its targets, then the game checks if it should be there, which, yes, Lear gave flashback. Okay. Sounds good. All right, next up we got Kagan. There's also Apothecary White. Whatever that is. Apothecary White. I'm definitely not pronouncing this properly. Oh, is it just a name? Mrs. White is a white 3 generic human cleric with vigilance. Whenever you attack, you create a food token for each player being attacked. And you can also pay a white tap. Tap X, untap food you control, create a 1/1 white human creature token. Tap X. Oh, you create X 1/1 white human creature tokens. So basically tempting people. Is this? No, it's not Snow White. I don't know the lore here. It's a banger image, though. I love this. I love the art. Not as... I think this art looks so much more menacing and more dangerous than the ability. This looks like a ban-worthy art. Like an art that is should be worthy of a ban-worthy card. This is the Clue Precons. It's so weird. This is not a clue. This is food. This should have been in the Oko Precon. Okay, next up we've got Pacers Fan Forever with the... Oh, you got... Did you get sniped? I don't get it. I almost want to say this was like your card. Okay, Pacers Fan. I think you said something like you had a... Okay, since Lear was done, I got sniped. Can I do Drana and Linvala? Yeah, you can. Drana and Linvala. Okay, we got a 4-mana Vampire Angel, which also has Flying and Vigilance. Activated abilities of creatures your opponents control can't be activated. Drana and Linvala has all activated abilities of all creatures your opponents control. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to activate those abilities. So basically, it's like, did we just do a Linvala? We just did Linvala. Here's Linvala. She's back, and she's partnering with Drana to have Flying and Vigilance and activated abilities of all creatures your opponents control. I'm sorry, they have all activated abilities of creatures your opponents control, and you can spend mana of any color to activate them. Your abilities are my abilities. Anything you can do, I can do better. Especially since you can't do it at all anymore. In this library, I can make as much noise as I want, because I'm the librarian. Take that however you want to take it. We got John Holdle with Hilda, the Icy Crown. Hilda of the Icy Crown. We have a 4-mana 3/4 human warlock. Whenever you tap an untapped creature an opponent controls, you can pay 1. When you do, choose 1. You get a 4/4 white and blue elemental creature token. Are you from Frozen? Or Snow White or something like that? Okay, we can also put a 1/1 a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Also, you can scry 2 and draw a card. Cash in them Hildas. Next super chat from Karante. We have Kesa. Technically correct is the best correct. It's 5-mana Elf Druid. Green creatures you control get +1/+1. This is incredibly underwhelming. But okay. You super chatted it. Okay, we have Canthus from someone's name I can't pronounce. Okay, we have a 3-mana Elf Advisor. Legendary spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and exile 2 legendary cards from your graveyard. Until end of turn, each legendary card in your graveyard gains. You may play this card from your graveyard. Oh yeah, this card got banned in Pioneer. How did that happen? I just remember very briefly this card. I didn't play during the time, but apparently over a short period of time, it just went broken. Like it was danger for some reason. So exile 2 cards until end of turn. Each legendary card in your graveyard gains. You may play this card from your graveyard. I have no idea how they broke this thing though. I don't know the lore to that thing. 5-color legendary was too strong. I just wasn't there. Okay, Christopher B with the Mad Rush. Mad Rush Cyclops. Creatures you control have haste. It's not the best you... It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. Combos with Mox Amber and something else. Ah, that's right, Beanpot. Yeah, well, on terms of Kethis, you're right. Okay, this is Kagan's last one, apparently. The Vidalcan Humiliator. Sorry, the Vidalcan Humiliator. You're humiliating people. That could be considered harassment. It's a 4-mana Vidalcan wizard with Metalcraft. So whenever it attacks, if you control 3 or more artifacts, creatures your opponents control lose all abilities and have base power and toughness 1/1 until end of turn. Ooh, until end of turn. And at that point, you go Pyroclasm. You blow their entire board up. Or, I don't know, you Plague Engineer or something. Next up, we have Quiet Man. Arcanus the Omnipotent. You need cards? Well, Arcanus is the person for you. That's a 6-mana wizard that tap and draw 3 cards. 4 mana, return Arcanus the Omnipotent to its owner's hand. I don't know what the whole point of that ability is. That's very expensive. I guess to just dodge, like, removal. You want to kill my thing? Well, I'm going to gotta save my thing. We're going to save it. Next super chat from, we have Disciple of Callous Nin. The Disciple. And this is a 5-mana human wizard. Enters the battlefield. Starting with you, each player chooses up to 5 permanents they control. All players other than Disciple of Nin that weren't chosen this way phase out. Permanents can't phase in. Oh, God! What is going on here? All permanents other than Disciple of Nin that weren't chosen this way. Oh, so we choose 5 and then that's it. They're gone. You gotta kill Nin to get everything back. It's like a super Oblivion ring. Yeah, we got some new music in the house. Trying to evolve the show here. We gotta upgrade. The show hasn't had an upgrade in like 1 whole year. Yeah, you guys save it. Oh, you could also save it from board wipes. That's true. You could save from board wipes. All right. Play my Disciple of Nin. We're just going to get rid of these things and then bam! Supreme Verdict. Including my Disciple of Nin. Now all my good stuff comes back. How does this interact with Teferi's protection? I have no answer for you. I have nothing at all. Jacob with the Grand Warlord Radha. Now, this one has haste for 4 mana. It's an elf warrior. Whenever one or more creatures you control attack, add that much mana in any combination of red or green. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Not only do we not have mana burn anymore, we also get to store that mana like we're storing nuts like a squirrel. Or nuts in the cheeks of a chipmunk. Corente back with another super chat. This is with Voracious Hydra. Oh my god, I hate that card. Hold on. X equals 3 means it's a 3/4. I'm gonna disqualify this thing. Is it even a 3/4? Oh, this is a... Oh, I'm still disqualifying. Okay, this is not the Hydra I was thinking of. But I'm still disqualifying this. This is literally a 0/1 with X. I know where you're getting at here. Disqualified, though. It's by default. Some assembly required. So that means we're going to donate this super chat to Hinaria. Have we done Marin of Clan Neltoth? We haven't. I don't think we have. It's a 4-mana human shaman. Whenever another creature you control dies, you get an experience counter. At the beginning of your end step, choose target creature card in your graveyard. If that card's mana value is less than or equal to the number of experience counters you have, return it to the battlefield, otherwise put it into your hand. A lot of experience around here. Experience matters. If anyone that says that experience doesn't matter, they're liars. The only thing... No, everything requires experience. Except for things you haven't done before. But then there's no better way to start than now. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Our favorite Korean with rocks. Does anyone know how to pronounce this person's name? War Monk. Fortunately, I don't have many close Korean friends to get any help. This card was a bomb in standard. I would not say this card is particularly good right now. But it used to be like this 3 mana, 3/4 abomination in a just attack, gain 3 life, gain 3 life, gain 3 life. Ah, it was brutal. It was brutal for the red decks back then. Okay, next up, we're going to take a look at David Sampson's Luminous Brood Moth. Someone put a lamp in the top left of the image. The 4 mana insect with flying. Whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. That has combo potential. Infinite. Well, so it has to have without flying. So if we can get rid of the flying counter, we get to reanimate creatures for eternity. King Ginger, thank you very much for your super chat. A Kundu Cyclops. What's going on with the art? LOL. The art, there's a lot of art that doesn't really have a whole lot to do with the card. In this case, it's a 4 mana Cyclops. If any creature you control attacks, a Kundu Cyclops also attacks if able. This card actually sucks. This card is just bad. Oh, this is not a very good card. I'm going to donate this super chat to. Who are we going to donate it to? Laurie with Ethereal Champion. The 5 mana avatar. Pay 1 life, prevent the next 1 damage to Ethereal Champion this turn. Well, that's pretty neat. So if something deals 4 damage to it, you can just pay 1 life and prevent 1. Sure, I'll take 3. 3 is not 4. I am still alive. John Hoddle with Narset Enlightened Exile. That's messing with my brain. That's like calling Narset Enlightened Graveyard, you know? I don't like the name of a zone on the card itself. Okay, it's a 4 mana human monk. Creatures you control have prowess. Oh, danger! It's like basically this is like a monastery mentor. When Narset Enlightened Exile attacks, she's not called Exile for nothing. Exile target non-creature, non-land card with mana value less than Narset's power from a graveyard and copy it. Oh, you're a copycat, huh? You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Yeah, she should be in exile. She should be born from exile. I guess it makes some sense. Well, is the command zone a form of exile? No, I guess not. It's not. It's a completely different zone. An exiled person is an exile? Oh, I get it. She got exiled, huh? Well, so long, Narset. Okay, King Ginger gonna redeem himself with Go Shintai of Life's Origin. This is the... It's like a 5 mana shrine? Oh no, it's a 4 mana shrine. Okay, it's a... Well, what was it? Which one it was? Of Life's Origin? Okay, well, maybe it is the 5 mana one. No, sorry, it's a 4 mana. Oh, it has a lot of colors in the image, though. That's where I got confused. It's a legendary creature. It's also a shrine. If that makes any sense. I didn't know shrine was a creature type. Wooburg! Tap. Return target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's basically a reanimator for enchantments. Whenever Go Shintai of Life's Origin or another non-token shrine enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 colorless shrine enchantment creature token. Great card. For the merfolk, we did that one Belafontos. Belafontes. I hope I'm pronouncing your name. I gotta get your name right. Who didn't get a card yet? Who hasn't got cards yet? I can't tell who has or has not. I think almost everyone. We did Kalitas already. I'm sure Blackbird, you were there when we did the Kalitas. Surefire Cells with Titania. Voice of Gaia. We have a 3-mana elemental with Reach. She got Reach around. Okay, whenever one or more land cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, you're gonna gain yourself some 2 life. Where's my 2 life sound effect? At the beginning of your upkeep, however, if there are 4 or more land cards in your graveyard, and you both own and control Titania, Voice of Gaia, and a land named Argoth, Sanctum of Nature, exile them, then meld them into Titania, Gaia Incarnate, which can turn into this. Titania, Gaia Incarnate. We only got the top half. You got to get the bottom half. Buy enough boxes of cereal, and then maybe you get the top half of Titania, maybe you get the bottom half. That's how it works around here. Next super chat coming from Pacers, fan forever. Corridor. Corridor is a 8-mana Centaur Spirit, but it costs 1 less to cast for each creature's card in your graveyard. That's depressing. Oh, all my creatures are dead. This one can be cheaper. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a creature spell from your graveyard, which will make Corridor more expensive. But it doesn't matter because it's already in play. Old boy says, reach around. Peacock, Nikachu, there are children watching. Are there now? Hey, look, on YouTube, I have noted that these videos are not made for kids, all right? They're not made. I am legally bound to check that off every single time I put ads on my videos. Bojack Yellow with robot art. Rick Grimes was dangerous for introducing universes and beyond. Rick Grimes? Rick? Oh, you mean you mean Rick. Where's Rick? Rick Steadfast Leader. The 4-mana human soldier. There was a legacy list that played this thing and it got like 1 finish. It never saw play again. But then all of a sudden people were outraged. Oh my god, we all need Ricks. We all need Ricks. There's no Ricks left in the game. It's a reserve list card. Which is really funny because, you know, like Legacy is a reserve list format anyway. Okay, as Rick enters the battlefield, choose 2 abilities from among First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. Humans you control have each of those abilities. And as long as you control 4 or more humans you control will get +2/+2. Did they reprint this card? Oh, they did in the form of gray. They said they were going to reprint all the those special secret layers in their virtual form. And I guess yeah, this is now Rick Steadfast Leader is now technically Greymond Avacyn Stalwart. So that was their way around this. Look at that loophole that they did. Greymond from Secret Lair. Yeah, we did Endurance. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll do Meme Brulee. We got last one here too from Urtai the Corrupted. How corrupted? This is an old one. It's a 5-mana wizard legend. Pay a blue tap. Sacrifice a creature or enchantment. Counter target spell. Alright, if you have enough creatures or enchantments to sacrifice. They called it in Universe reprints. Universe Beyond, the reprints. The movie, the game. The card game. Okay, we'll do one more free one, unless there's some screw up with the super chats. Bryce, did we do Obeka Brute? No, we did not. Chronotologist, the 4-mana ogre. Tap, target player whose turn is it may end the turn. It's over for the turn. This turn ends right now. Player whose turn it is may end the turn? Hold on, what does that mean? The player whose turn it is may end the turn. So I can tap it on someone else's turn and they have the option to end the turn or keep it going? Weird. Exile all spells and abilities from the stack. The player whose turn it is discards down to the maximum hand size. Damage wears off and this turn and end until end of turn effects end. I'm bored with now, so we're gonna stop it now. We're gonna end now. When is now? Now. Now's now. When is it gonna be now? Soon. Correct, but you mainly do it for your own combos. Of course. But they could have worded it like that. End your own turn. But they give you the option to do it on someone else's turn. Crowcore Games, thank you very much for your super chat. Shrine isn't a creature type, it's an enchantment type. So shapeshifters can't be shrines. Can we do well, thank you very much for that trivia. Desdemona, Freedom's Edge. Living on Freedom's Edge. That is a big gun. It's a 4 mana. Is that a gun? I thought we were not gonna have. You know what's funny? We can't have guns in regular Magic. Like there's no guns in the Outlaw or Outlaws of Thunder Junction. We have tons of guns in these like Universes Beyond sets. It's like it's they didn't invent gun technology, and to be honest, I guess it doesn't make any sense why they would. I mean, unless you're like, you don't need guns, you just need a wizard to cast spells and blow everything up. More powerful than a gun. Okay, Human Rogue, Vigilance. Whenever Desdemona, Freedom's Edge, attacks, target creature card in your graveyard that's an artifact or that has mana value 3 or less gains escape until end of turn. The escape cost is equal to its mana cost plus exile 2 other cards from your graveyard. What a weird card. Is this robot in the back having diarrhea or something? They're having some sort of stomach indigestion, which makes no sense. They're a robot. They're robots. Ulik didn't get a card. You want to do Lightning Angel? That's a huge throwback. I don't even know what that was. Well, it was sort of good at the time. It was a staple in Patriot mid-range old days. Oh yeah, when they call it like American control. I need to have like sort of American sound effect. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, 4 mana for 3/4 Vigilance. Flying and haste, that's it. No lifelink. If they made it lifelink, probably still see play today. But it'd been probably too broken for its time. Maxwell, thank you very much for your super chat. Thundercloud Elemental. Beware of that. That's no cloud. That is an elemental. It's a 7 mana flying thing. It's a 4 mana ability. Tap all creatures with toughness 2 or less. That's not bad. And for another 4 mana, older creatures lose flying until end of turn. But they still need toughness 2 or less. Oh, I guess if they all lose flying, then you can freely attack with this thing. Okay, I'm just doing super chats from here on out. We're Slicer Hired Muscle from Emperor. The Hired Muscle. For Laurie Boyer. All right, look at Emperor looking out for the coffee crew. This is a 5 mana 3/4 robot. More than meets the eye for 3 mana. You may cast this card for its converted for 3 mana. Double strike and haste. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may have that player gain control of Slicer until end of turn. If you do, untap Slicer, goad it, and it can't be sacrificed. If you don't, convert it. You got Slicer high-speed antagonist. It's a vehicle. It's also living metal with first strike and haste. And whenever it deals combat damage to a player, convert it at end of combat. Okay, Forginka says, I didn't get one. I could have swore I got you one. I got buzzed yesterday. Master of Ceremonies. Okay, Master of Ceremonies. It's a 4 mana Rhino. It's a Rhino Druid. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent chooses money or friends or secrets. What an awful choice. You can choose money or your friends. Under what circumstance would you ever choose money? I mean, maybe if you have like severe health problems and you have a choice between $10 million to pay for your hospital bills, or your friends, you might choose the money. Or secrets. Oh, you want to gossip around here? For each player who chooses money, you and that player each create a treasure token. Wow, we sold out for so little. 1 treasure token? Pathetic. For each player who chooses friends, you and that player each get a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. And for each player who chooses secrets, you and that player each draw a card. Neat card. Well, Slicer's broken, huh? Keep that in mind. Okay, Emperor with a much bigger super chat. Not a 3/4, but Aliborn Zealot, an old card from Portal Second Age, has a gun on it again in its art. Donate ×2. Does it? Let's take a look. We got something that slipped through the cracks. Oh yeah, that is undeniably a rifle of some sort. They're not going to tell me that's a laser blaster or that's a Nerf gun or water gun. That's for sure. That's for sure. Okay. Bellerafontas, you get one of the free cards. I had no cards so far, and I hope at least one of these has not been taken. Higur? Higur? The Still Wind. I'm just going to call this the Still Wind. Okay, the Still Wind. It's a 5-mana ninja with ninjutsu for 4 mana. Now, whenever the Still Wind deals combat damage to a player, you may search your library for a ninja card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and if you do, shuffle your library. That's insane! It's literally just a ninja. It's a ninja tutor. Pay 2, target ninja creature can't be blocked this turn. Summer Mermaid says, I'll always can get friends, not so much opportunity for money. Oh, that's sad. Okay, for the second one. You didn't get a card, Abzo? Haven't got a card yet. Marchesa Dealer. You know what, Abzo? You're here all the time. I just assumed that you always got a card already. We got a 3-mana human rogue. The Dealer of Death. Whenever you commit a crime, you may pay 1. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Burkhardt asks how long has the stream has been going on? A little over an hour. Hour 6 minutes and counting. Okay, King Ginger. You got Omni Spell Adept. This is a 5-mana human wizard. In a precarious position on a rock that is very close to a waterfall. Okay, 3 mana tap. You may cast an instant or sorcery card from your hand without paying its mana cost. Well, you're paying something. You're paying 3. But what that's gonna be, no one wants to find out. Don't let it resolve. You'll regret it. Corente with for redemption, Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Okay, 3-mana human ranger. What's a ranger? What's the definition of a ranger here? Okay, it's first strike and reach. 3 mana for that is great. And it attacks, exile up to 1 target legendary artifact or artifact card or legendary land card from a graveyard and put a discovery counter on it. You may play a card from exile with a discovery counter on it this turn. That's so cool. So, like, effectively, she's rummaging through your garbage. Your graveyard. She's digging up graves. She's getting artifacts. Literally artifacts. Raid. At the end of combat on your turn, if you attack this turn, create a treasure token. And she gets treasure. The stream makes me crave cheese. I wonder why. Is this something to do with Animal Crossings? The power creep is absolutely real. Pacers fan forever. Sarah Paragon. This is a 4-mana angel with flying. Once during each of your turns, you may play a land from your graveyard or cast a permanent spell with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard. And if you do, it gains when this permanent is put into a graveyard from the battlefield. Exile it, and you gain 2 life. You have to remember the land. So if the land gets blown up, you have to remember that when the permanent is put into your graveyard, you may play a land card from your graveyard or cast a permanent spell from your graveyard. If you do, it gains. I'm assuming it counts the land too. Matt claims they didn't get a card. Fate Unraveler. I can't fact check any of you guys. I wish I could like tick off like who's been like accounted for. 4 mana. It's a 4-mana hag. Well, that sounds rude. Whenever an opponent draws a card, it deals 1 damage to that player. That's okay. Well, that's some value. It's almost like it's like Bowmasters before Bowmasters existed. And King Ginger with Morel, Shield of Argive. She is the shield itself. 4 mana, 3/4 human soldier. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activated abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. Whenever Morel, Shield of Argive attacks, create X 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens, where X is the number of soldiers you control. Oh yeah, it's like a mini. Oh yeah, the last one's like a mini Shieldred as well. Mini Shieldred. So maybe Shieldred's a hag as well. Let's end the show on some 1/2/4Cs. Rashida Scalebane, which is a 5 mana 3/4 legend. Tap, bury target attacking or blocking dragon. Gain an amount of life equal to that dragon's power. And with that, it was me getting the hiccups. I think it's a good time to end the show. Oh wait, we have one more. Maxwell jumping in at the last second. Oh, I didn't use that super chat so many times. Eater of the Dead. I don't think I ever got the hiccups on this show for the 3 years I've been doing this. Oh, we did that one. Oh, we have to donate this one. Or you have another one, Maxwell? You have 1 minute to give it to me. Okay, hold on. You get. I'm gonna give my thanks, and you give me another card. And you have to do it quickly though. You're not fish. I know I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. All right, I'm gonna start giving our thanks out, of course. By the way, I know we usually do this show at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. You just have to make note whenever I give an announcement, because sometimes I have scheduling conflicts. But if you want to be part of the show, you gotta be here 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks so much to everyone's support. If you're a patron on Patreon and a member on YouTube, I appreciate it. Also, if you super chat to be part of the show and to help other people be part of the show, even if you get sniped or the card has already been done. And thanks to everyone, the Coffee crew, for being here today. Like Toads for Ginka, Someone 24C, Mr. Deadhead, Belafontes. I'm just gonna call you it's really Belafontes. Baccarat, King Ginger, David Sampson, Hanaria, Crowcore Games, Old Boy, Christopher B, Toilet Duck, Steve Cooper, of course Toads. Oh, do we have another card? Did we get another card from Maxwell? Maxwell! Save us! Where's the new card, Maxwell? King Ginger says, Maxwell, do Tidal Barracuda. I'm waiting on you, Maxwell. You got 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna donate it to somebody else. It's an anti-hiccup tactic. So you say you're not a fish, and then you hiccup. Is that how it works here? Oh, Maxwell said Linvala? I think we did Linvala already. Which Linvala? We did this Linvala. We did that Linvala. We did all the Linvalas. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna donate this one. Sorry about that, Maxwell. You remind me in the future that you got eaten up by accident at the last second. We'll give this one to Toilet Duck, Maeve. Insidious Singer, the 4 mana Siren. We got, it is a 3/4. And you goad creatures for 3 mana. Whenever a creature attacks one of your opponents this turn, you get to draw a card. Sweet ability. All right, thank you very much, everyone. And as usual, my coffee crew, you guys are the show. So as usual, keep brewing up them coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.